lots and lots of talk around cloud services, hosted services. As many of you may be well aware, it's very hype rich, but architecture poor. 2010 was the year to actually talk about it. Actually, 2009 and 8 as well. We're going to see that 2011 is the year to actually implement. There are a number of tools, lots of infrastructure, a lot of resources that are getting behind it, a lot of big vendors to be able to allow enterprises, allow service providers to be able to build up that infrastructure and to be able to begin offering those services to a number of different customers. Just because you maybe have a VMware or just because you have a SAN inside your network does not necessarily mean that you have a cloud type infrastructure. Although many of those same components are actually used for hosted type services, there's a layer of software, there's a layer of functionality that has to ride on top of that to actually define that you actually have cloud services or that you have hosted services, whether that be on the private side or the public side. First one is software as a service. Simply be able to take an application. The definition there is you should be able to take a browser. Some of you are probably doing it right now as you're in this lecture right now. Simply have a browser, access your application over the internet. You don't have any visibility into infrastructure or anything. Platform as a service. This is where different service providers may offer a collection of applications that are integrated together. In many cases, this may be a financial package. This may be like an electronic health record type package. There's a lot of potential here because people will individually begin offering different applications, but what if you need those applications to work together? Infrastructure as a service. This is very common where you realize that, or where companies now offer, you can get online and be able to get yourself a server, be able to get yourself some public IP addresses or simply some storage, be able to serve that up yourself or some very quick provisioning there. Communications as a service is also very large, there's a lot of momentum behind that as well. Any type of a communication, whether it be instant messaging, video conferencing, voice, etc., that can also now be offered as a service, taking away all your large costs and infrastructure behind maybe your voice and your phone systems, video conferencing, etc. Virtual desktops as a service. Servers have been virtualized for a long time, for a number of years now. Now there's a lot of focus, particularly this year and going forward, is the technology is becoming very real to be able to offer virtual desktops as a service. What we're going to see in the industry is, at least from a customer perspective, is I want one cloud to be a backup for another cloud, or I want to be able to take my services from one hosted services, be able to port those over to another one. As a customer, you want that flexibility. If I'm not getting my service here, I want to be able to go someplace else with it. So are the standards out there? Yes, there are organizations, the National Institute for Standards and Technology, coming up with interoperability type standards. How well are they being adopted? Well, that's more of a capitalistic answer, right? The best thing that you can do is to start doing your homework, get a good understanding of what your internal costs are. Can you tell me, what is your cost per user per mailbox, per any application or to your backup type solutions?